In pharma, I started, my first role was really the no, the basic, the bread and butter of medical affairs in epilepsy. As an epileptologist, as you mentioned in the introduction, thank you, on being trained in France. So
Hmm.
that there, going back to France and joining Johnson and Johnson with a product in epilepsy, a product that I've been part of the investigators before in clinical studies on that particular product. That is how I got it into pharma. And usually, always, on all my pharma roles, then in different companies, different geographies, was always on how to better educate on the product, better communicate on the product, getting publications out, getting congress coverage strategy, any eventually data generation efforts that were needed was always in medical affairs, all around that space. Then I moved into sales that I thought was crazy. When my mentor said that I needed to have that experience because he said that there was the best school, management school that I could have. Manage a group of sales reps. I did manage a group of sales reps to do a launch of a new product in psychiatry. So I moved from neurology to psychiatry. And then the other scope was in clinical development. And I think that there is where I learned really the nitty gritty on the clinical trial design. And it was there that I needed to interact with regulators, with payers. And then I realized more on the need on the voice of the patient. And in my latest positions in other pharma companies is how we can integrate that voice of the patient and approaching, government affairs and patient associations uh, to validate certain tools that we wanted to use for clinical studies or endpoints that we wanted to do. So these were kind of the scope and responsibility that I was having. And kind of that was my selling pitch, if you want, for the CEO at Insight Tech, that I was saying, hey, what I'm offering you, yes, I'm a neurologist. This is the treatment in the neurology space. But what I'm offering you is that ability of not looking at the patient, but at the person living with the condition and the impact that that disease condition has on that patient, and how to bring the proper players to the table.